What's the key to us creating a successful brand? Because when we started this, we had no idea what we were doing.
Absolutely
and
no idea.
somehow it's all fell in place.
It's like that weird viral video of the guy that fell asleep at the wheel and somehow didn't die, and then he just woke up, and it was just like he was back on the road.
I would like to point out that your Twitter timeline is different than mine, so I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Which makes me wonder if this is not a video, or is this something you experienced this weekend? All right, we're talking about successful working partnerships.
Yes.
What do you think is the key to a successful working partnership?
I think that it's kind of like opposites attract, but not so much, because our lifestyles are different. So that when we come together, it's like, oh shit, that's what you did? Okay, that's what I did. Okay,
So you're using the Paula Abdul MC Scat Cat theory of opposites attract.
Opposites attract.
So 10 steps forward, 2 steps back. That's what makes opposites attract.
Boom.
Right.
Before becoming the illustrious Bodega Boys. What is something that you would get hyped about that looking back you're like, man,
One of my nicknames, Young Chipotle. Like literally being able to get one bowl of Chipotle a month, because that's how tight my budget was. Like after paying like a Con Ed bill and my rent and stuff, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna get one sad bowl of barbacoa and eat it on the 6 train while I'm crying. Like, yo, don't get no better than this. One day I'm gonna get guacamole.
One day it's extra, but I'm gonna do it.
Listen, we had to initially share a Metro card.
That's facts.
When we recorded our first podcast. Like at no time when we were just hyped. We were like, yo, maybe we get a free t-shirt.
Yo,
they got half a donut in the complex conference room. Let's go eat that.
Oh fam, yo, they got purified water.
Oh man. What's the key to us creating a successful brand? Because when we started this, we had no idea what we were doing.
Absolutely
and
no idea.
somehow it's all fell in place.
Creating a successful brand is just about like people fucking with you and like knowing what you bring to the table and being able to like, I feel like we're lucky in the sense that we have created like this Marvel universe of like characters and people and ideas and everything, you know what I mean? And people like really gravitate towards that. And like, just, you know, find your people, you know what I mean? Find your market or whatever and just like lean into it, you know what I mean? And like, you know, it'll happen.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is authenticity, which we definitely have. When you meet us on the street, it's not like some character.
It's like, no, please get away from me. No, don't touch me.
I'm not even from the Bronx.
Yeah.
No, it's authenticity. What you see is what you get. People respect that. That's very rare nowadays in Hollywood. And also consistency, because like even when we first started the podcast, remember like we do the podcast and we were like, yo, we'll be back in a month. Yo. They were like, where's the podcast? You promised. And now we have to drop it every week. But people appreciate that. People listen to it religiously, and the fact that we take it seriously and like we don't just take the fans for granted, they pay you back in spades for that, because they're just like, yo, you don't take what we're doing supporting you for granted, so we're not going to take supporting you for granted. And that's why we're able to say the brand is strong, because we literally have fans that they will either kill for us or kill us. Hope for the first one.
Which co-host is more likely to tweet something that gets their show canceled?
What's the biggest this is deep. What's the biggest change you would like to make to late night TV?
Biggest change I'd like to make for late night TV. I mean, we've already kind of changed it. You know, like we dress different. We curse a lot more. Our topics are completely inappropriate for television. You people love it. You're sick. And no, I feel like it's for something that's supposed to be fun. It's very like uptight. It's very monologue, walk from here to here. And I think that's the thing, we're bringing fun back to late night. Like when you watch the show, you're not getting jokes thrown at you. You're in on the joke, you're watching with us, you're laughing at the same jokes as us. And it doesn't feel so uptight, it doesn't take itself serious. You know, like you see our show, we make fumbles, we knock stuff over. There's no retakes, it's just like, yo, it is what it is. And I think that sense of looseness, because you even see the difference when late night hosts come on our show and like how they interact with us on our show versus when we go on their show, because there's certain ways things have done, things that have always been done in Hollywood, and I feel like we're kind of changing that.
I completely agree with that. Like, yo, we're doing a sketch tomorrow. Fine, let's go. Oh no, let's hold that. Let's put this, because the A block was so dope. Let's make it run extra long.
Right.
I feel like a lot of other people don't have the freedom to do that, and I feel like that us busting in the door and being like, yo, we demand this, or we're not fucking with this.
Right.
Like just like making like letting your nuts hang and being like, yo, this is what we want. We want creative control. We've had success. on a smaller platform. All you need to do is boost our signal.
And shout out to David Nevers at
Shout out to David
Showtime,
Nevers,
who, when he signed us,
gang.
was like, I want you guys to come over here and let your nuts hang.
That's
exactly what he
verbatim.
said. I have his email, I will
Quote.
print it out. But yeah, support. And your brand can't be successful without some sort of support, whether it's from you, your family, your customers, just somebody has to have your back and believe in you and, you know, provide the financing and provide the things you need so you can concentrate on actually building your brand.
As our career and platform has grown, what's been the biggest learning curve for you?
I think probably taking help from other people. Because usually it was just me and you just doing a podcast, you know, it's just us. Didn't have to go through anyone else. And now, you know, we have a writer's room, we have directors, we have producers, we have line editors. And every now and then, you know, I'll watch something and I'm like, I would have cut that the other way. Or I don't like the direction this went in. And you have to trust the directors, you have to trust the writers. And in the end, you always look at the final product and you're like, yo, this is amazing. But there's just that sense of letting go of control. That's very hard for me to do. I've never been allowed, like, you know, even back before, you know, when I was a small business owner, it's just like, that's something entrepreneurs tend to become overwhelmed with. Like, you don't know how to delegate. So you try to do everything yourself. And the idea of like losing control and giving other people responsibility for your day-to-day life is so jarring and shaking. But that's something I definitely had to learn to do this show, because if not, like, we'd burn out. What would you say has been the biggest learning curve for you?
Just like balancing like work and family life, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, I love what I do.
Yeah.
I love what we do, you know what I'm saying? I have fun, you know what I'm saying? Like every day, like I go into work and I'm like, I don't hate my job.
It's true.
This shit is crazy.
How hard is that? Because you have 4 kids, and I know your weekends are about the kids.
Yeah.
And it's like just trying to balance, because we're working hard. Like right now, we're on tour. With Houston, Dallas, Austin.
It's a tough balancing act, but the good thing is that like when we got to Showtime, like it was just like, okay, cool. Like I had always felt, and this was part of the learning curve. Like I always felt like you, and I feel like you could relate to this on a level too. Like being the child of an immigrant, like your parents always drill that into your head. Like, yo, if your job is from 9 to 5, motherfucker, you are there from 9 to 5.
Right.
Like, don't play around, like, cause you could lose your job. And I'm like, well, I'm not a plumber, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not medical building, like, I don't necessarily have to stick to that time,
Right.
but just internally, like I have to.
You're on the clock.
Yeah, or else I get like anxiety. Like if I'm sitting in the office doing nothing, I'm like, I'll find something to do.
Right.
Like I'm writing something, I'm doing something or whatever. But getting home, it's just straight daddy time. Like my phone goes in a drawer, like, and I'm just like, yo, how was school? Let's sit down and chop it up. Let's play Mario Kart for a little bit before you go to bed.
Yeah, your family time is important. That used to annoy the shit out of me, because like you used to be unreachable on the weekends.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most annoying things. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not even gonna.
I used to set an email on Friday night, like I'm gonna get a fucking answer till Monday. Ooh, tired of this guy. But now, you know, you got better at it because other people answer your emails for you. But also, I understand because you have way too many kids, and you know.
Facts. And it's like, yo, you don't want to pay more attention to one kid than the other. Because I found myself paying way more attention to my daughter than to my son.
To be fair, she's cuter.
You know what I'm saying? And she's the only one, so it's just like, yo, I think you're still a baby.
You know, it's like when you get baseball cards, you keep getting the same baseball cards, you get that one rookie card.
You're like, oh, I got the Darryl Strawberry rookie card. Like, yo,
she's
this
your
is
favorite, you gotta laminate her, put her in the front of the pile, like, yeah.
And I had no idea that, like, if you drink sitting down in the sun a lot, and then you stand up, it's like, yo!
What's the biggest career lesson you've learned?
Always be authentic. That's a recurring theme. And just be yourself. Yeah, I mean, just like being true to yourself, being authentic, doing what you want to do. And when you get pushback, push back. What's been the biggest career lesson that you have learned, my friend?
The biggest career lesson I've learned, the amount of talent you have doesn't necessarily mean how successful you're gonna be.
True.
And that's why you have to advocate for yourself, because you think that people just naturally are like, yo, what they do, no one else can do. And that's not the case whatsoever. And you know, this industry is fickle. People come, people go. There's people who had shows 2 years ago, you don't even hear about them anymore. And that's why you always have to have your best foot forward. You always have to be advocating for yourself. You have to have a good team behind you that is not doing it just for money, but like they actually believe with you and they rock with what you're doing and they have your best interests in heart. And if you don't have that, you're not gonna have a career. I think there was a quote from Taylor Swift and she said something like, anyone could be popping for 2 years, but if you're popping for like 3 years, it's a career.
Yeah.
And that was always something big to me. I was like, yo, we got to do this for at least 3 years. Now we've done it the past 3 years.
Past 3 years.
Past 3 years.
5 years, motherfucker.
One thing you learn if you're talking to a graduating class, in summation,
I would like to say this. Work your hardest.
yes,
You are going to fail.
yes.
When you fail, continue to work. If you fail again, maybe this shit ain't for you.
That's tough but fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That's tough but fair.
Because I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, yo, life ain't fair, dog.